Hello and welcome to the video. I am RAUNAK AADITYA, and in this video I am going to explain about my IoT internship and the learnings from it which I did from the company Emertxe. So let's first know about the company. So Emertxe is an edtech company. Emertxe is India's pioneer institute for embedded systems courses, Linux, and IoT training located in Bangalore. This company was established in the year 2003. Next is the introduction to Internet of Things, that is IoT. So the Internet of Things IoT is a rapidly growing industry that is transforming the way we live and work. As more and more devices are getting connected to the internet, there is a need for skilled professionals who can design, develop, and manage the IoT systems. So as more and more devices are connected to the internet, they are becoming smart, and in this way they are transforming the way we live and work. So this IoT internship offered me an exciting opportunity to gain hands-on experience in this field, working alongside with experienced professionals and mentors and learning about the latest trends and technologies in this field. Next is the topics which I covered in this internship. So first was about the C programming basics, that is the basics of C programming, then the C++ programming, IoT architecture, the components of the IoT app, then building some Arduino based IoT programs, and finally I built the IoT project, that is the home automation system. So let's first know about the C programming basics. So in the C programming, I learned the following topics, that is the basic concepts, data types, conditional constructs, operators, arrays, then functions and pointers in C, strings, storage classes, and pre-processing. So let's know about each and every topic in detail. So first is the data types. So in C, there are basically two types of data types. First is the integral and the floating point. Under integral, there are two types, that is char data type and int data type. Char data type takes 1 byte of memory, whereas int data type takes 4 bytes of memory. Next is the floating point. So float data type takes 4 bytes of memory and double data type takes 3 bytes of memory. So next is the conditional constructs. The conditional constructs in C include the following: the single iteration and the multiple iteration. So in the single iteration, if and its family and the switch case, that is if and if else if, that is in if else there is a condition, and if that condition is true, then the statements written within the if block is executed, else the other statements. In the multi-iterations constructs, there are three types, that is for loop, while loop, and do while loop. These are used for executing the set of commands multiple number of times. Next is the operators in C. So what is an operator? So symbols that instructs the compiler to perform specific arithmetic or logical operation on operands is termed as operators. All C operators do two things: operates on its operands and returns a value. So there are the following types of operators in C. First of all is the arithmetic, which includes multiplication, division, modulus, addition and subtraction. Logical has logical not, logical and, or, relational less than, greater than, less than equal to, greater than equal to, equality, not equal to. Then bitwise operators include bitwise and, or, XOR, complement, left shift and right shift. And finally, the ternary operators, which contains a condition. If the condition is true, the first expression is executed, else the second expression. Next is an array. So what is an array? An array is a collection of data of same data type. So the basic syntax of an array include the data type, then the array name and size. So where size is the number of elements that is contained in that array, the size of the array which it would take in the memory, it would be size multiplied by the size of the data type. For example, the int data type takes 4 bytes. So 4 bytes into the size of the elements gives the amount of memory which the array takes. Indexing starts from 0 and should be end at array size minus 1. So in an array, the indexing starts from 0 and it ends at size minus 1. That is, for example, if the size of the array is 10, so in the indexing will start at 0 and it will end at 9. For example, int age of 5 contains 5 elements, that is 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. Next is the pointers and functions. So what is a pointer? The pointer in C language is a variable which stores the address of another variable. For example, int x is a normal variable, whereas int star ptr is a pointer variable which will store the address in which the variable x is stored. Next is the functions. So generally functions have three parameters: input, operation and output. So the basic syntax of an function is as follows: return data type, that is the data type which the function returns, then the function name and the arguments which it takes, like one, argument 2 and till argument n. Then the function body is the set of commands or the set of instructions which the function performs. Is the operation which the function performs on the given date parameters. Next is the strings. Strings in C. So what is a string first of all? It is a contiguous sequence of characters. The end of the string is marked with a special character, that is the null character. So the null character is implicit in strings and enclosed within the double quotation marks. So in C, there are the following types of string library functions which are used to perform some operations on the strings. First of all, to find the length of a string, we use the strlen function. Next is the to compare two strings, we use the strcmp function. Next, to copy a string to another string, we use the strcpy function. Next, to check whether a substring is present in a string or not, we use the strstr function. Next, to check if a character is present in a string or not, we use the strchr function. Then finally, to merge or concatenate two strings, we use the strcat function. So that is all about the strings. So next we will learn about the storage classes and preprocessing in C. So in C, memory will be split into two sections, the user space and the kernel space. The user has only access to the user space and the user cannot access the kernel space. In the user space, there are many processes and each process is scheduled by the kernel, like P1, P2, P3 to Pn. Each process has its own memory layout. Next is the pre-processing. So a header file is a file containing C declarations and macro definitions to be shared between several source files. So we call it preprocessor directive. Those are the inbuilt library functions that must be included in the program for the proper functioning of the same. And that preprocessor directive has to be included using the C preprocessing directive called the hash include. So that's all about the C programming. Next, I learnt about the C++ programming. So C++ is mainly an object-oriented programming language, whereas C was an procedure-oriented programming language. So this is the basic structure of a C++ program. First of all, the preprocessor directive, that is hash include IO stream. Next is the start of the program, that is the main function int main. Then if required, we can add a comment using the double slash. Next is to print some message, we can use the std out to print, like in this hello world is printed. Next, to terminate the program to return a value, return 0 is there. So this is the basic structure of a C++ program. C++ programming has many applications. So a few applications of C++ are in video games, high performance financial applications, in graphical applications, embedded and real-time software, and audio and video processing. So these are the applications where C++ programming is used. So that's all about the C++ programming. Next, we will know about the Internet of Things. So the Internet of Things describes the network of physical objects or things that are embedded with sensors, software, and other technologies for the purpose of connecting and exchanging data with other devices and systems over the Internet. So the basic idea of Internet of Things is that the things or the devices of physical objects, when connected to the Internet, that gives the basic concept of Internet of Things. So the things are embedded with sensors, software, and other technologies. Next is there are many requirements and challenges for the Internet of Things. So the general technical requirements are many devices are required for the Internet of Things. Next, large scale storage and all. Then security requirements, maintaining volumes of data, and end-to-end integration. These are the requirements. Then the challenges of Internet of Things are addressing so many devices. Then scaling is a challenge for the Internet of Things. Next, connectivity, connecting so many devices. Then data volume, as there are huge volume of data, so maintaining the data is a challenge. And the device size. So these are the challenges. Next, we will see the principles or methods for overcoming the challenges. So the challenge of addressing is overcome by using the pub/sub model. The challenge of scaling is overcome by using the cloud. Next, the connectivity challenge is overcome by using the queues. The data volume, the huge volume of data maintaining that can be overcome by using the cloud storage, and the device size can be overcome by using the AMQP or MQTT protocol stack. So that are the ways of overcoming the challenges of IoT. Next, finally, the about the IoT project which I built in this internship. So in this internship, I built the IoT-based home automation system project. So for this project, I used the three basic tools. First was the Arduino IDE for writing and compiling the code. Then the PixSim Lab, that is a simulator to execute and implement the codes. Next is the Blink mobile application, that is Blink IoT mobile app to control the hardware remotely. So in this project, there are three basic requirements which must be fulfilled for the building of the home automation system. So first is the garden lights control. So in this we will use the LDR sensor, that is the light detection resistor, the LED, and the Arduino Uno board. So what we will do in this is we will read the LDR sensor value. Based on the reading from the LDR, we will vary the brightness of the LED which resembles the controlling guardian lights based on the availability of sunlight. So during the daytime, as the sunlight is more, so the LED will be completely switched off. As the intensity of the sunlight is decreased, the brightness of the LED will increase. So that is how it is used using the LDR sensor. Next requirement is the temperature control system. So in this, the temperature control system consists of the heating resistor, that is an LM35 temperature sensor, and a cooler, which resembles the temperature control system at home as we usually have. Then the temperature sensor will read the temperature from the room, and it will display it on the CLCD initially. Then we can control the room temperature by turning on and off the heater and cooler through the switches made on the Blink IoT mobile app. Next requirement is the water tank inlet and outlet valve control. So in this, first of all, we will read the volume of water in the tank through the serial communication and display it on the CLCD. Then we can control the volume of water in the tank by controlling the inlet and outlet valve by sending commands through the serial communication through the Blink IoT mobile app. Like we can switch on the inlet valve, switch off the outlet valve. Like that, we can control the volume of water in the tank. And as we control the volume of water, it is displayed on the CLCD. So that were the three requirements for the project, that is the home automation system. So next about the Blink application, that is the Blink IoT mobile app, what will we do on that? So Blink was designed for the Internet of Things. It can control the hardware remotely. It can display sensor data, it can store data, visualize it, and many other cool things. So what we will do on the mobile app is we will create widgets on the mobile application, that is button widgets to control heater, cooler, inlet valve and outlet valve. Then widgets, gauge widgets, that is to display the temperature and volume of water in the tank on the mobile application. Terminal widgets to display the notifications. So that is all about the Blink application. Then there is the implementation. So first of all, these are the components. There's the PixSim lab and the spare parts. This is the CLCD. This is the LED. This is the LDR sensor. This is the cooler, and this is the Ethernet shield. Next is the Blink IoT mobile app UI. So in this, we will create two tabs. A first tab will contain the cooler button to switch on or switch off it, then heater to switch on, switch off, then a temperature gauge to display the temperature, and a notification bar, that is a terminal widget to display the notifications. Next tab contains the control of the inlet and outlet valve. First of all, we can switch on the switch off the inlet outlet valve from through these two buttons, and the temperature gauge to display the volume of water. Next is this is the serial remote tank, which we'll be using to control the water in the tank. Next is the implementation. So I'll be showing the demo of the project in this. So now I'll be showing the demo of the project. So let's see the demo of the project. So first of all, through this Arduino IDE, I've compiled the code. Then I will load the hex file in this Arduino, this PixSim lab. So first of all, I'll load the hex file. So as I load it, so initially the temperature and volume values will be displayed on the CLCD. So see, first of all, the temperature and volume values will display. So initially temperature is 27.34 and the volume in the tank is 24.2420, that is 2420 liters. So first I'll show the first requirement in our project, that is the garden lights control. So this is the LED and this is the LDR sensor. So this is the bar through which we can control the sunlight. So it is basically the light detecting resistor. So as we decrease the in the morning, the sunlight is completely there. So as we decrease the resistance, so like basic the relation is that. So the basic relation is that as the sunlight increases, the resistance value decreases. So in the morning there is much sunlight, so the LED is turned off. As the intensity of the sunlight will decrease, the brightness of the LED will start increasing. Like see, if I increase the resistance, that is sunlight is decreasing, so the brightness of the LED is increasing slightly. Then at night it will completely the sunlight is not there, so the LED is completely switched on with the complete brightness. So that's about the first requirement. Next is the controlling the room temperature through this. So initially the temperature is 27.34. So let's use the Blink mobile IoT. I have mirrored my phone on the screen. So you can see initially the temperature is 27.34. So let's like switch on the heater. So as we switch on the heater, it will show as heater on and the temperature will start increasing. So it is set as the temperature reaches 35 degrees Celsius, the heater will automatically turn off. Like see in the notification bar, you can see temperature is above 35 degrees Celsius and turning off the heater. The heater will automatically turn off as it reaches 35 degrees Celsius. So then we can switch on the cooler for decreasing the temperature. So switching on the cooler, it will show cooler on and the temperature will start decreasing. It will decrease till 27.34 because it is set in the Arduino that it temperature can't go below 27.34 degrees Celsius. And we can switch off the cooler. And in the temperature gauge, you can see the temperature increasing and decreasing. Like see, if we switch on the heater, the temperature in the gauge like start increasing. You can see. So that's the thing. Next, this is all about the second requirement. Next is the third requirement. It is controlling the serial tank inlet and outlet valve. So see, as we switch on the inlet valve, the inlet it will show as inflow on, and the tank will start like filling, and we can see that volume in the gauge also. Like 3000 liters is the maximum capacity of the tank. So as we switch on the outlet valve, the water will start coming out of the tank, like it is start emptying. So it is set as the water reaches 2000 liters or below it, the inlet valve will automatically switch on. Like see, as it is as it goes below the like 2000 liters, the inlet valve is automatically switched on, and the it will start like filling. So in the notification bar, you can see the tank is full when the inflow was on. Then it is there turning off the inlet valve as then volume of water in the tank is less than 2000, so turning on the inlet valve. So now we can switch off the outlet valve and the inlet valve will fill the tank to the complete. So as it is as it fills it completely, you can see in the notification bar like the tank is full. Like see, tank is full and turning off the inlet valve. So that is the thing, and in the gauge also you can see the volume increasing and decreasing. So that's all about the three requirements of the project. Uh, Next, we'll see the next is the conclusion. So during my internship at Emertxe company, like I had the opportunity to gain hands-on experience in this field and like to work on an exciting project, that is the home automation system. which I demoed just now. The project involved developing a smart home automation system that is with IoT devices and sensors. And like this was really challenging yet rewarding experience that allowed me to apply my knowledge of programming and electronics, like integrating both the knowledge in a real world like experience. Then in this we used various tools and technologies. There is the Arduino IDE, Pixim Lab, Blink IoT mobile app, like to develop this system. So finally, through this project, I gained valuable skills in IoT development, including device integration, data collection, analysis, and cloud-based services, as we use the Blink Cloud also. So next, thank you. Thanks for watching.